guys, welcome to this week's AMA. Hope everyone's doing really well and had an awesome Christmas if you celebrate it, and if not, then just manage to grab some good downtime. In this AMA, in true style as we approach end of year, we thought it would be good just to reflect on everything that's happened over the course of 2022 with Bomb Money. And there's no shortage of everything that's been going on. And then we'll kind of delve into a bit of a look ahead to 2023 as well. Obviously, we've got our chain and the app launch coming up very, very soon. So make sure that you guys have the latest on that. But as always, we'd love to just take questions and any comments, feedback as we go. So do just post and we'll stop to cover those off along the way. So, Aaron, do you want to start off the year in review?
Sure. First, I'd like to thank everyone for joining today and for being along for the ride with us throughout the course of 2022 and end of 2021 when Bomb launched. For those of you that have been around that long, but yeah, it has been an exciting year for us. We've launched a lot of new protocols. Probably most exciting to me is just putting together our long-term vision for 2025 and kind of having everything come together to make that a reality and be able to actually see how that's going to play out. So just to go over this year, let's actually pull up the Bombshell. Sorry, it's super hot in my place and I'm sweating over here. Let's share my screen.
Cats are hot too.
Yeah, cats are going crazy. So we got our Bombshell Monday here, where I kind of went over a lot of what we've accomplished this year. Obviously we have our BitBomb, CZ pegs, no pegs, and polypegs protocols. More protocols to come. Bomb chain is live. Mainnet is fully live on Bomb chain. Yeah, I mean we've accomplished quite a bit. I'm not really sure exactly which which aspects to delve into, just because we've done so much this year. But
I was just going to say, I mean, I think you're spot on, and with the protocol launches, the big thing is that they've played such a key role in setting us up for success next year, because they provide the mechanism, of course, for us to generate yield on, I think it's 15, 16 coins.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, we are all really excited, and I know our community is as well, about the mobile app, supporting the health of the overall ecosystem. So yeah, I mean, although those protocols are under peg, that's just the short term. The long term, they're just going to play such a key role in all the huge things that we have coming.
Yeah, like I was gonna say, like you said, we do have a bunch of protocols ready on we're on Polygon, we're on Avalanche, we're on Binance Smart Chain, likely launching on Ethereum soon. But yeah, the important thing is that the flagship product of Bomb Money is going to be, well, obviously our Bomb chain, but also the app, which initially is going to be a mobile app, but also we're going to allow the staking on non-mobile version as well. But initially, we're only going to be offering Bitcoin. But like Rob alluded to, all of those protocols that we've launched are going to enable us to start adding on to the offering of the mobile app. So, people that don't necessarily just want to focus on Bitcoin, we're going to offer so many options to them. So that's one of the key things that we've been building all of 2022 to ensure success in 2023.
Yeah. And I think as well, it's worth just mentioning that we throughout 2022 developed a really comprehensive strategy, right? So I think most of the folk that have been with us for a while probably have seen it, but if not, head on over to bombmoney.com and click into the roadmap and read the full strategy document, because it's a great read in terms of going into the real detail around how we'll expand into new segments and ultimately how we'll reach that goal of becoming the largest, safest crypto staking platform in the world by 2025. And, clearly we're a little bit biased, but I genuinely have not seen any other DeFi project with a strategy as comprehensive. And I think a lot of the work we've done just in the background around, strengthening our risk management practices, making sure that we've got a good comprehensive terms of service. All of these things aren't the sort of most exciting things, but they're critical to set us up, for success. And I think, our major differentiators from other DeFi protocols that just sort of fly by the seat of their pants and, don't really have that level of strategic thinking. That's really critical to success.
Yeah. So we just had a question here about the app. Oh, sorry.
Will it be on iOS and Android?
Yeah. So the app will be available on iOS and Android. They're both being worked on. The Android one's a little bit further along in development, but they're both having great progress. So just to reiterate, the app is essentially what it is. It's an extremely streamlined and smooth DeFi experience. So it's basically a DeFi wallet. It's an EVM compatible wallet that is going to be rigged up to Bomb Chain exclusively at first, just for a really simple user experience until we build in a more thorough feature set in the future. But because this will be on, it'll be hooked up with Bomb Chain, we can control the whole experience to make it, like I said, extremely easy to use. But because everything is decentralized, we can also offer this, to any Bomb Chain user, essentially, that's on PC or based on any mobile wallet or PC wallet. That's something that we'll do in the near future as well. It's not going to be very difficult to, expand that offering to let, basically everybody access that. But we will start out with just the app, and just to really keep things simple and, really be focused on our real our goals and get that all out there, and keep stressing it, but making it extremely easy to use. That's really the key.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, the ease of use just genuinely is like nothing that I've seen in DeFi. So yeah, high yields, full transparency, ease of use, definitely the winning combination.
Yeah, and if anybody missed, what we're talking about here, we did a full demo, I think it was last week on our AMA. So just check our YouTube channel 1 week ago. You can see Diamond did a great walkthrough on the Android version of the app, and you can see how literally you download the app, you click a button, and you've got your Web3 wallet, and start staking. Interactions are all very intuitive, and that's exactly what we're trying to go for here. And it's funny because we're seeing the app being built, live, and we keep getting demoed in our team meetings and even on YouTube. And almost every time we're like, you know what, this could be done a little easier. This could be done a little easier. And so that's always our main goal, is like obviously making sure it's safe and secure, but making sure that the user experience is as easy as possible. And I think we've pretty much achieved that at this point.
Actually, speaking of that, it's with family over the weekend or over the last couple of days, I just having various people test the app, and it made me realize that some things that I guess we're used to, playing around in DeFi so often, your typical Web 2 type user would not be used to. But things such as approving a token and having to wait a couple seconds for that approval to be completed, right? So it's things like that. Like I think it's really critical to highlight, because we can adjust the user experience to account for that. For example, like when you click approve on a token, like to have something come up that, is saying, please wait a few seconds for this transaction to complete. And then it goes away once that actually completes and shows the next action of like depositing, for example, right? Because like if they're just stuck in limbo, like we might be used to the fact that, hey, things take 5 seconds to confirm or whatever, right? But yeah, your typical user wouldn't be used to that. And, those are things that, obviously we're going to highlight and we'll adjust and make it so that's a very smooth experience for someone that's never used DeFi before, so they know what to expect, and
exactly.
So everything comes naturally.
And even just the fact that you have to approve, like, why am I approving this? It's my wallet.
Yeah.
So that's part of the education piece, is that this is your wallet and you're interacting with the blockchain directly, right? So that's all part of the app experiences. getting people to start using DeFi. They might not even know they're using DeFi, but that's exactly what we're building here, is allowing people without having to download, Chrome extension wallet and do all that crazy stuff that we all had to learn to do. We're eliminating those steps and trying to make it as easy as possible.
Yeah. And that's actually a really interesting point to pick up on, right? Because when you think about that approved step, it's real positive, because it's actually, you have to provide an explicit approval on the blockchain before, anything can happen with your funds for it to go off and generate yield. But actually, without that context, then it's like, what is it that I'm providing approval for? So I think those brief explainers are really important.
There's just a quick question coming in here. All the current LPs will stay on BNB, correct? What seigniorage, if any, will be on Bomb Chain to begin with?
So that is correct. All the current farms will stay on their respective networks, and there will be no seigniorage protocols on Bomb Chain at launch. That's not, the seigniorage protocols are where we're going to generate yield for, our app users or our stakers, and without any existing liquidity or existing kind of, any activity on Bomb Chain at launch, there's not really much to peg to at first. So I definitely look forward to some coming up in the future, but that's, even our next two seigniorage protocol launches will not be on Bomb Chain. They'll be on, whatever chain the PegHub holders vote on, but, likely Ethereum and Phantom, or Ethereum and some other popular EVM compatible chain.
I think it's kind of the best of both worlds, though, right? In that the app is going to provide the visibility of Bomb Chain and its initial major use case. But actually, as we always talk about, the fact that we're utilizing the seigniorage protocols on BNB Chain, Polygon, Avalanche, it means that we're bringing health to those protocols, right? So it's, I know it's an annoying phrase, but I keep using it. It's the tide that lifts all ships, right? There's one big thing. It brings health to the overall ecosystem. So we'll keep on saying it, but it's so true. Cool. And then Marcus, I was just thinking about this as we were kind of reflecting on the last year. I remember quite often the community, understandably, we're saying, what are we doing from a marketing perspective? We're not seeing enough, etc. And God, we've done so much, and there's such great visibility of what's going on, along with just amazing content across such a broad range of channels. And you and the rest of us are always sort of thinking very critically about what can we do to do better on that front. So what are some of the things that you're kind of particularly pleased with looking back over the course of the last year in the marketing space?
I mean, it's been a great year for marketing, and the funny thing is that we haven't even really got the ball rolling. It's kind of started, but as I've been saying for the past little while, we really are going to start going heavy on the marketing once we've got people a call to action towards downloading the app. But from getting the brand name out there, and that was mostly our goal in 2022. A lot of the PR that we did got picked up by over 700 media places picked up our releases, especially the one where we announced Bomb Chain launch and partnership with Anchor. So getting that a cooperation out there and showing basically the fact that we were working with Anchor on Bomb Chain and having over 700 media places pick that up, I think it led to over 1.5 million impressions on that alone. So we did a really great job just getting the Bomb Money name out. And we have a few more things lined up. We've got the survey that we're going to be doing. We're all going to be tying it all together in that first month of January to really start get that big marketing push going. But another great part was our social media channels have really been expanding over the past while. We brought on a social media guy just to really help us take that to the next level. And if you aren't following our socials yet, it's definitely a great place to stay up to date with everything that's going on. But it's also a great place to help spread the word on Ball Money. So at the same time, you can stay informed, but when you're liking and retweeting, it really helps the algorithm to get us more eyes on the project as well. But so I think another huge thing which was the Toronto Live event, as we've said before. It was a great opportunity for Ball Money, and we really killed it there. Like, we stole the show. Everybody talked about Ball Money the whole time, but again, it was literally the day of the FTX implosion. So it was funny timing that we're out there talking about crypto and how amazing it is. The industry's like taking it to the next level. That was basically the theme of the entire event. And at the same time, you've got one of the major CXs collapsing with like a 40% pullback on all crypto. So that was pretty crazy timing, but it was really cool being there and having Aaron speak with, the co-founder of Ethereum right up on stage with everybody. And, he, not to toot his own horn, so I'll toot it for him, but he wowed everybody there with his DeFi knowledge and stole the show on stage, if anybody watched that. So it was really cool. After that, we had a ton of people coming to the Ball Money booth, you guys really know what you're doing in DeFi, and we're like, yeah, this is the future here. So that was an awesome opportunity. And even with the FTX collapse, we really made the most of it. And so, yeah, we've got plans in 2023, especially after the app launch, to be in a lot more places and, partake in events like that, and hopefully not time them with more catastrophic collapses this time.
I don't think it's possible to time it any worse than that last one. So.
Yeah. But I did say, I said this before, but it was amazing watching people. Like, we had the founder of Cardano there, and he was on stage, and somebody asked him about FTX, and he just blew it off like it was nothing. He didn't care, and he literally, like, with his net worth all in crypto, he probably lost $500 million there that day, and just didn't even care, because everybody there has faith and understands the industry and knows that that basically that had to happen. And the fact that it did is actually good, because now people understand what we're offering in DeFi, especially, and the transparency. And people have been saying it for years, but it's very dangerous to hold your crypto on centralized exchanges. And unfortunately, that was a lesson learned there. But yeah, I think with all of that, I don't want to go off on a tangent here, but I do think all of that is actually long-term beneficial for crypto. And once we get past this rocky wave here, the next bull run is going to be, it's unable to stop it. Because if we can survive that FTX collapse, we can survive anything.
Yeah. Well, we had a series of really tragic events this year for the crypto markets. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to 2023.
Exactly. I think there's just people just waiting, like, let's get to that new year and let's see what happens.
Yeah, totally cool. I think we've got a few other comments.
Yeah, I'll put some comments up here. So, Lefty, guess y'all are a hybrid tome fork now. A little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Yeah, well, I was just going to say, I mean, tomb forks definitely are our origins, but I think we're one of very few tomb forks that have really significantly evolved to a point where the app, it's they're tomb forks, that are generating the yields, but I think the fact that the majority of liquidity in those protocols will ultimately come from app users, I think is a very different proposition from what we've seen anywhere else. And, it combats the key thing that we see as the downfall of most tomb forks, which is, that people aren't capable of acting in the best interests of the protocol. So by having fixed term yields, fixed term stakes, then, that puts that power to some extent, more in, in, I don't want to say our hands because it's DeFi, but there's more control around it, right? About the time of withdrawals, etc. And you can make more conscious decisions around maintaining the health of the protocol.
I don't think people realize it's an insane bear market. It's just about surviving. Y'all are killing it.
Appreciate that.
Appreciate
that. And yeah, it is. This is. I've been in crypto for like 7 years, and I mean, the 2017 collapse was pretty epic, but this just seems. I mean, it's just gone on forever, so it seems a little worse because there's actually a lot more people involved now, and yeah, so I do feel the turnaround's coming soon, but.
Yeah, well, I think it's it's the first bear market, right, where there's been such a horrendous backdrop from a macroeconomic standpoint, where there's quantitative tightening going on, where literally capital is becoming more expensive, and therefore naturally risk assets are hit the hardest, and crypto being the highest up that risk curve, it's going to be very hard hit. So I love that comment, and very much surviving, and we'll definitely go on to thrive.
And just to go one step further than what you said, though, is like, not only is crypto the highest of like the high risk assets, but like we're in DeFi, which is then, even higher risk than your traditional crypto investing. So it is quite difficult to, attract funds in these kind of conditions. But, we've
and it's funny because I have friends that all make fun of crypto. They're like, oh, you must be broke now because everything's collapsed. I'm like, you know what?
McDonald's jokes.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I'm eating McDonald's no matter how much money I have. But
oh no, I was talking about working there.
Oh, working there.
Yeah. No, but it's absolutely right. I mean, once something perhaps breaks in the real economy or whatever it takes, for the money printers to go back on and capital become cheap again, that's when all the normal people, are going to come flooding back in when they see the prices starting to rise again. And it's the people that have been here sticking it out that are going to derive most benefit from.
I was going to say, though, even with the recent collapse, like Bitcoin and crypto in general, most, like all the blue chips, they've outperformed almost every other market in the last 10 years, right? So even with this recent massive pullback, you're still up compared to if you had just sat your money in stocks or whatever. So that's not even considering what I feel the 2023 bull run coming up, or the bomb run, we'll call it.
Well, Well, I was going to say there's definitely something in that, I think, from a marketing standpoint, in trying to educate non-crypto people around the cyclicality of crypto, and the fact that clearly we're not here to give financial advice, but if you're looking at over the long term, then it's likely now is going to be a very good price to get into crypto. If you've got the right time horizon, then you layer in all the stuff we've got going on, and NFA, but you get what I'm saying.
Totally agree. Max saying the referral part is insane. I have so many people lined up. So we're excited. We're really excited about the referral program as well. Just to summarize for anybody watching, the mobile app's going to come with an amazing referral program. So if, for example, if I introduced Rob and Rob uses my referral code, Rob could download the mobile app, and when he creates a stake position, we both earn an additional $50 stake position. So what Max is saying here, you get some people lined up. You could give yourself a nice little New Year bonus by refer 10 people, you got an extra $500 stake position. And the really cool thing is that the stake positions themselves, they're locked for 6 months, just to make sure people can't game the system. But during those 6 months, your $50 is actually it's in our Bitcoin locked stake position. So you're actually going to be growing that Bitcoin as well. So technically, the referral is a little bit more.
And if you factor in crypto prices right now,
6 months, if Bitcoin doubles plus the percentage, you could be looking at insane just from the referral part of it.
Yeah, I think it's important to note that like we went in, we had a lot of internal discussions about the referral system and how to make it super attractive, but at the same time, make sure that it doesn't put us at risk. It's not something that can be gamed, but something that would, help us to go viral and get influencers talking about us without us having to pay them. And, just want to say a lot of thought went into it, and we think it's going to do really well, but it's also safe for us at the same time.
Yeah, we would not have anything slip by Rego Rob's keen eye that would endanger any funds. So it's great to have him on the team for that.
Yeah, but no, I agree. I mean, I think it's it's going to be very, very appealing, right? I mean, who doesn't want free money? And you layer in the fact that that'll be delivered in the form of a state position, and yeah, it's win-win for both you and the person you're referring. So yeah, do what Max is doing and start thinking about who you can get lined up.
Yeah, it's funny. I have a few people. I'm like thinking that I want them to get ball money, but maybe I'll just wait a little bit and I'll actually make $50 off of them when I tell them in a couple of weeks.
Yep, why not?
Big Papa, will BitBTC be the first token to take off once app releases?
Well, I mean, that's where funds will get deployed to first in terms of staked assets. So I expect a lot of tokens to take off with the app release. But yeah, BitBTC definitely should be one of them. Not financial advice. But.
Yeah. Well, yeah, absolutely. As Aaron says, that's where the deposits will ultimately be deployed to, right? For the Bitcoin deposits. So yeah, you can do the maths there. We've got low liquidity. The token price. I had a bit of a pop today, actually. Someone's been loading up. I think it was about 14 cents. So it's got more than a 10x to peg.
People have been loading up on the shares and the Bit tokens as well. Everything on BitBomb in anticipation of the release. Yeah,
totally. And I just realized what I said there, by the way, might sound like crazy. Like, 10x needed to get to peg. That's a bit scary. Literally, it would take at this point, I think it's now less than $100,000 in direct BitBTC buys, to get up to peg. And again, not financial advice, right? But we're targeting significantly more in terms of inflows through the app.
Well, Max himself here is going to be referring at least $100,000 worth of people.
So. Excellent.
Got a question from Bacon. Would you ever do more than 4 blue chip tokens for each protocol, or is for the max? Also, when EMP removal?
Good question. I mean, I'd say nothing's really set in stone right now. We're willing to adapt, and if something makes sense and something, our community wants something, and we feel that it's going to work in the future, then nothing's really off the table, I guess. But having said that, just the way that the seniority protocols work in their current state, I don't see it making too much sense having more than 4, unless something else drastic changed. But yeah, we would definitely always open to exploring different ways to do things and potentially better ways to do things. And actually, speaking of that, one way that, one idea that I've had, and I'm not sure if this will ever see the light of day, but I really like the LP bonding program. And I was just, kind of figuring like, how could that fit into a new seniority protocol launch, and maybe instead of using the share token to reward people for, depositing their liquidity, maybe we use the share token to actually buy the liquidity. Right. And, I think I'll be doing a lot of thinking around that and, potentially how that could have a healthier seniority protocol in the future, or, just be beneficial overall. So, yeah, I guess nothing's really off the table, but. And when EMP removal, so that I do want to apologize. That's something that was supposed to happen a week or 2 ago. That we will be doing that very soon. Just kind of prioritizing some other kind of more critical things for the app launch, but that really is not a ton of work. So I'll fit that in there and get that taken care of. Did you guys have anything to add to what I had to say about the 4 blue chips, or just kind of being open to trying new things in the future potentially?
Yeah, I like the idea about the the LP bonding. Again, I'd have to give it more thought, but it definitely has potential. So yeah, and as you say, we're definitely not wedded to 4 being the max. We just have to make sure that we're comfortable that is going to be sustainable, right? Because I think there's you've got to be sort of mindful of the pace that you expand things at, especially, in this market, right? Because, funding can become more thinly distributed across things if you've got too many offerings. So that's just something to be conscious of. But, in a bull market, that'll be a vastly different position, I'd imagine. So, yeah, we definitely won't rule anything out.
Yeah, and I mean, like, I think in terms of the, how many blue chips we have per protocol, it really comes down to, you have your boardrooms that print your peg tokens with the share token. So that could always be adjusted to have, less prints per day or more prints per day, depending, right? So that, and then also you have your farms where you incentivize, obviously the peg tokens with the share token. Again, maybe there's something that with LP bonding, if we use the share tokens on future protocols for bonding purposes instead of, for paying to rent liquidity, maybe it will make sense to have more than 4, right?
Yeah.
But
Bacon likes the idea. And it seems like a lot of people like the LP bonding. As soon as any good discounts are on that LP bonding page, they get eaten up. So it does seem like a great idea and something that could work as a full protocol.
I think we could definitely improve it in terms of ease of use, but like maybe zapping into it or something like that, or it's kind of take like everything that we've done with the other side of stuff, the farming, and kind of apply it to that, just to really have it be that much easier to use, and that's probably the winner.
Yeah, no, it's a good point. We missed that though from our summary of 2022. There's just been so much. So yeah, LP bonding, another big success.
Yeah, that was some fun contracts to launch, and that was it has been going really well, like Marcus said. Having to constantly replenish bomb.
It's a good problem to have.
Yep.
Yeah. Yes, that's very true, Max. As we've said, it's often when the best ideas start to flow as well. Yeah, cool. I think that's it in terms of questions so far. But yeah, guys, just a reminder, if you do want to ask us anything, please don't be shy, or just any feedback on what we're saying, anything that we've had going on in 2022 or anything we're talking about in 2023 as well.
Yeah. I just want to mention a really, really cool thing that's going to be happening next week. And so this is going to start kicking off our 2023 marketing. So we're actually going to have Anchor join us for next week's live AMA. So definitely want to come by for that one. We're going to be flipping the dates around for scheduling purposes. But so next week, Friday at noon, at this same time, we're going to have our live AMA on YouTube, and Anchor is going to join us there. And then what's really cool is on Wednesday, we're going to be joining their Twitter Spaces. And as you've seen, they've got over 200,000 followers. Really, really great audience to share the Bomb Money story. And they're really keen on talking about Bomb Money, talking about Bomb Chain. And so we're going to be really taking advantage of that partnership and getting the name out there from both of our channels as well. So they want to be featured on ours. We want to be featured on theirs. And it all kicks off next week. So do come by next week. We'll share all the schedule on the Bombshell Monday, and we'll also be talking the announcements, Telegram, Discord. Check the announcement channels if you want to stay tuned. Know when to come by. But yeah, very, very exciting starting next week, and it all kicks off in the new year.
Excellent.
Yeah. No, it'll be great to have the Anchor guys log in for us to join them.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lefty. Yeah, appreciate all the support as ever. Awesome. So looking ahead to 2023 then, clearly, the big imminent thing is the launch of the app on the 9th of January and the official launch of Bomb Chain. I say official because the mainnet was obviously ready, significantly ahead of schedule. I guess we kind of talked quite a bit about that as we've gone, but anything else you guys want to just sort of delve into around the launch?
Really excited. I've been thinking about Bomb Chain, pretty much almost right from Bomb Money first originally launched. So something I've always been excited about, and to actually see it have a real utility and use case, and be basically the engine that powers the staking service that we're going to offer through the app. It's it's all just really exciting to see it come to life. So.
Yeah. And what really excites me is some of the stuff we're going to be doing after the app launch. So I know there's all this hype around the app launch, and rightfully so. And that's when we really need to market that. That is going to be the flagship product. But then building on BombChain, that's what's got me excited, and that's what's really going to help drive the demand for Bomb. Like as we've been building up BombChain and building the app, we've found all these different things that, first of all, we can sell out as a service to other folks, but also some of the really cool ideas that have come up during some of the brainstorm sessions. And we're always like, man, we'd really love to get this going. But I mean, we obviously can't focus on that now because we don't want to delay the mobile app launch. But yeah, some of the stuff like probably mid to late 2023, I can't wait to start getting on those. I'm already kind of starting the project managing on some of them, just getting some, kicking some cans around. But yeah, I can't wait to get, even just to let the people know some of the stuff we're working on, which kind of top secret still, but yeah.
And you know me, I love forking projects. So just having BombChain there, just primed for, getting some new projects forked onto it. It's one of my favorite things to do. So
yeah,
obviously
it's good.
Yeah, like obviously we got Bomb Swap up there already, and it's live and working, but a lot more to come.
Yeah, no, definitely, it's not going to be long before it's a thriving ecosystem, that's for sure. And as you say, Marcus, I mean, so some of the things we're planning on for next year are going to be big and mean that we diversify our sources of revenue, which is really important too.
Max asking, I know you guys mentioned liquid staking on BombChain. Is that something we can look forward to in 2023?
Definitely. Actually, I forget the last conversation we had with Anchor in regards to liquid staking. I forget exactly what was said there.
So, well, given their exploit, was associated with one of their liquid staking offerings, they were doing some work to make sure that they'd sort of fully understood that and mitigate the risks of reoccurrence. So I think we're probably due for an update on timing of that. But yeah, they're being really thorough, which is obviously what we'd expect and want to see. So it won't be long though.
Sorry, go ahead, Aaron.
I was going to say it's important to highlight though that was like a private key leak that caused that issue. It wasn't vulnerability in their code or anything like that, right? So I think that's just important to highlight.
Actually, do you just want to highlight what liquid staking is, just in case people don't know, and how it'll help Ball Money?
Yeah, so liquid staking essentially lets you participate in validating and basically staking and earning Bomb, but without having to basically lock your tokens up. So you can basically get involved in staking and receive a receipt token, very similar to how like our vaults work, where you get a receipt token back, and that receipt token is just constantly worth more and more as rewards are built up. So same thing with liquid staking. I'm doing a really bad job explaining this, sorry. But with the liquid staking, essentially, you'd stake Bomb, you'd get back like a staked Bomb or like some kind of liquid stake Bomb receipt token, and that receipt token would just constantly be worth more and more Bomb as Bomb rewards built up from validating. So it gives you more flexibility, and Anchor actually was mentioned. It also helps us, basically have. I forget exactly how they phrased it, but a higher TVL or basic ability to show your TVL better through liquid staking. So that's another nice advantage of it.
Yeah. Perfect. They've been saying mid to late 2023, LOL, more like Jan 10th. You guys will get things done early as usual. Well, that is true, because our initial launch date for the mobile app was late 2023, and here we are, Jan 9. So it is funny because coming from, Rob at a bank and me at Fortune 500 company, when they'd say, hey, let's develop this app. A year and a half would be a good turnaround, and then here we're talking about, let's turn something around in 1 to 2 months, and it's likely better quality. So It's awesome working in crypto and working in DeFi.
Yeah, exciting space for sure.
100%. Yeah, genuinely, it never ceases to amaze me how quickly we can get things done versus what I'm kind of used to. Cool. And then one thing we've not talked about today, but just a reminder that, as Marcus said, so Bomb Chain launching means that Bomb will have a host of new utilities. It'll be the gas governance token for the chain and various other things in the future too. And in celebration of the chain's launch, we've been offering a Bomb locking offer. So if it's the case that you lock your Bomb for 90 days, you're guaranteed to 1.5x your Bomb, which you can then claim on Bomb Chain. So deposit on BNB chain, claim on Bomb Chain. So that is still available. We've been climbing up towards 1 million max tokens, but there is still some capacity left there. And I've just had a complete mind blank. What's the exact date again that's available until?
Until the app launch.
Yeah, so
Jan 9th.
The 9th. Yeah. So if you still want to take advantage of that, then definitely make sure to, because time is starting to run out, and it's not beyond the realms of possibility that someone could come, or some people could come in with big Bomb buys and sort of hit that max 1 million capacity, especially with all of the publicity that we're having in the coming weeks.
Yeah, because we're actually going to be featuring that deal on the Anchor Twitter Spaces as well. So that audience learning about Anchor helping us with Bomb Chain, and then seeing that there's a potential to get 50% bonus on any Bomb you get, we anticipate some big sales from that. And there's only, I think it's 28% of the Bomb available left. So we've already locked 720,000 Bomb, which is pretty crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. Cool. All righty. And then I think we normally do a marketing sort of dedicated slot, but I think we've kind of covered that naturally. But yeah, anything else on that front, Marcus, you want to call out?
No, yeah, I think we went through it with our 2023 plan, and just got something coming here. The display for the unlock is month, day. Just trying to plan when I will get my bag. So, I see.
It looks like it's day, month, year.
Yeah, and it's 90 days after the most recent lock, just for whatever you locked up there. But yeah, so you'll get your bag in 90 days. Well, 90 days from when you deposited.
Yeah. I guess that is a little bit confusing because we're using like one format. Kind of promo ends, it's like month, day, year, and then, but I guess for the date claimable, we're just using like the default formatting where it didn't really customize it, so it's day, month, year. But
makes sense, yeah.
Maybe we'll clean that up a little bit.
Just to reiterate though, marketing's all kicking off next week, starting with the co-hosted spots with Anchor, and then we really start driving home the marketing with. You're going to see banner ads you're going to see Google search ads. You're going to see things on Instagram, Twitter, on all these socials. We're going to have actual video ads, all driving towards the mobile app, downloading the mobile app. So yeah, lots happening in January. We're going to have a very busy month.
Yeah, totally. And as we were talking about earlier, if you guys help us spread the word once the app's live, then yeah, there's significant incentive to do that. So just for anyone who's joined late, we talked about the referral program. So basically you can earn $50 for referring a friend or family member if they create 100 stake and $100 stake, and then the person you've referred will get that as well. So look out for more details on that coming very soon. Cool. All right. Well, we're about 45 minutes in. I don't think we've got any other questions. So just one final shout if anyone does want to pop in any questions or comments. If not, we'll maybe get wrapped up in a few seconds.
And I guess while we wait for that, I'll just say, once again, thanks everyone for being, on this journey with us through 2022. It's been a bit of a rough year for crypto, but we're not going anywhere, and we really are excited for the future, and having a more positive year in the markets to go along with our hard work. But yes, once again, thanks everyone for being here on the ride with us, and hope everyone has a great New Year's and prosperous 2023.
That's right. Make sure you like and subscribe, share our socials, and we'll see everybody Friday at Twitter Spaces.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks again, everyone, and we'll speak to you all soon.